Alright guys, welcome back to another video, and today we're here to do my top 10 racing games on the MetaQuest platform. Even though there's not a ton of racing games on the platform, there's still a lot more than a lot of people know about, and I want to talk about them on this list because there really is some good ones for all racing fans out there. And as usual guys, if you guys want to support me and the channel, the links will be down in the description below for all of these games that you can purchase and save a little bit of money while you're purchasing as well, and it supports me. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the list, and let's go ahead and get into the video.
Gaming tech, eating brekkie is the gaming tech. Going for a brekkie is the gaming tech. Gaming techie is the gaming tech. Gaming techie.
The first one in here coming in at number 10 is called Rec Room Rec Rally. So obviously Rec Rally is a mini game that basically is in Rec Room. Rec Room is that gigantic social app that exists on phones and also on the Quest headsets and a lot of other places as well. And this is a rally game that they made on here, and it is fantastic. The fact that it is free and you can play it anywhere, but what's really cool about this is that not only are the physics and the controls really fun and it's free, but also the fact that you can have a friend playing next to you. They can either sit alongside of you while you're racing, or they can take the back seat as well. So it's a really social game, just like Rec Room always was, and it really is fun to race all these cars. So I would urge a lot of you guys to check this out. A lot of people forget about this because it's not a full-blown racing game on its own. It's more of a mini game inside of another game, but it is super fun and still one of my favorite racing games to play, especially with friends in there. That is Rec Rally and Rec Room coming in at number 10. The next one here coming in at number 9 is called Galaxy Kart, and this is a game that, you know, started off on the PlayStation and then got ported over to the Quest as well. And this is a Mario Kart style game here for the Quest, and it is a really good game. There is another one that I do like a little bit better that will show up later on the list, but this one is fantastic, and they have been updating it non-stop. It started off as being an okay game when it first came out, but now the fact that it has 18 unique courses, 6 different tournaments that you can play in offline play, 9 different characters, they all have their own unique skills and power-ups and stuff like that, different difficulty levels. You even have 6-player multiplayer online, voice chat, all the different stuff on here. It's really, really good. I only like the other one that's going to show up on the list better because I just like the courses better, and I feel like it's more reminiscent of what I'm looking for. But this is still a fantastic kart racing game, and it's actually still being updated, which is, a good thing, unlike the other one we're going to talk about later. And, they've updated it, improved it, and the graphics are fantastic. The courses have gotten better and better as new ones have released. So if you guys are fans of kart racers, I would definitely urge you guys to check this one out. This is Galaxy Kart coming in at number 9. The next one on this list coming in at number 8 is V-Rider SPK. This is an officially licensed motorcycle game, which is really cool, with actually 12 licensed circuits, 23 official riders from the WSBK, which is super cool. It's the only licensed racing game on here when it comes to bikes and stuff like that, and there's not a lot of bikes game on the Quest to begin with, but this one is really, really good. It has online multiplayer with leaderboards, as you would expect. It has a bunch of different game modes like Quick Race, Track Trial, Tournament, Ghost Challenge, Endurance, Hot Lap, all that stuff. The graphics are fantastic, and again, there's not a lot of games like this, but it is really, really well done. The handling is really fun, and the graphics are really, really good in here, and it's just really competitive fun. If you're into like the motorcycle genre of racing and stuff like that, you really feel like you're going 200 miles an hour in this game. It is super, super fun, and it's definitely not one to be missed. This is V-Rider SPK coming in at number 8. The next one here coming in at number 7 is Omega Pilot. This is a really unique game on the Quest. There's not much else like this, and I'm sure when you guys see this gameplay, you guys are going to be thinking of games like I do, like Wipeout and stuff, and that's exactly what this game reminds me of, like Wipeout on the PlayStation, made for VR. There is a ton of content in here. There's 33 different tracks on here, asynchronous multiplayer on here, which is really awesome, 26 different unique ships. Real-time multiplayer is also available as well, and different tournaments and stuff like that. But again, this one is really unique on the list. There's nothing else like it. The tracks are really fun. It really does feel like you're playing Wipeout in VR. I think they did a fantastic job with the environments and the graphics and everything. Controls super well, and is super fast paced to play. Omega Pilot coming in at number 7. Next one here coming in at number 6 is Exo Cars. This is a really unique game as well with advanced graphics and physics, and I love the gameplay on here. Like, you're obviously feeling like you're on the dirt and stuff like that with these cool looking cars that you're actually racing, and dirt bikes and stuff like that you're actually racing. It's a really cool game. The graphics in here are fantastic. The physics really do stand out. It has single player and multiplayer and all that stuff. I love the track design. There's stuff that you go to like stadiums, then you go to deserts, then you go to mountains, then you go to tropical paradises, all that kinds of stuff. Love the buggy, type car racing that you have on here. They did a fantastic job with this game, and this is another one that is very unique. There is not any other game like this out there on the Quest. Bunch of different game modes, challenges, seasonal events, car customization, tournaments, and all that stuff. And they're still updating this game, you know, lately. And they just added a new track. They just added a new game mode called the Explosive Arena mode, which is really fun to kind of explode each other and kill each other to death. So really, really cool. Exo cars coming in at number 6. The next one here coming in at number 5 is Dash Dash World. This is the original one that I was talking about. This is another game that's like Mario Kart put into VR, but this is the original one that I loved, and I think the track design in this one is fantastic. They did such a great job with the design of the tracks, which is why I put it over the other one, because I just like the tracks better than Galaxy Kart on the original list. But unfortunately, the developers of this game have kind of abandoned it at this point, so don't expect any new tracks or any new updates and stuff. It hasn't been updated in like a couple of years. But regardless, what's here is still amazing. There's a bunch of different variety of tracks, a bunch of different weapons, a bunch of different characters, leveling up, online multiplayer. All that stuff is still there and works. It's super fun. And again, the track design, especially the ones where you're like jumping around and jumping through people's mouths and stuff like that, it just feels very reminiscent with these extreme tracks that you get in Mario Kart. And I think, again, they did a fantastic job. And it is my favorite, you know, game of this genre still on to this day. I just wish that the developers were still around and still updating it, but unfortunately they're not. But Dash Dash World comes in at number 5. The next one on this list coming in at number 4 is Mini Motor Racing. This is a top-down view, even though technically you can go and race inside the car first person or third person as well, but it's a top-down view, like those kind of games and stuff. And this one is also really unique, and they did a fantastic job. Yes, this one is not updated anymore either, but it does have tons and tons of tracks in here. Career modes. They added a bunch of party modes as well when they updated it a few years ago with Bumper Ball, Drop Zone, Battle Arena, and stuff like that. There's a Rocket Mode League in here type of game as well, where you can play against other people online and do a Rocket League in here. It's just a fantastic game overall. The track design is, again, fantastic in this one as well. And 4-player online cooperatively as well is super, super fun. Again, you can go and race top-down view. You can go inside the car as well. First person, third person, behind the car. All these different camera angles that you get. And it is such a good game. I mean, like I said, there's not many games like this in VR either that kind of do the top-down formula, but this one is super fun. And this is the Rocket League game that I was just talking about, which is also super awesome in here as well. So couldn't have asked for any better out of this one. Again, not updated anymore, but still worth your time because everything in it is amazing. Mini Motor Racing X coming in at number 4. The next one here coming in at number 3 is Neodori Infinity, and this one is, again, like I've said a lot on this list, very unique because they are. And this one is like an Outrun inspired game. It's a retro arcade classic. It has a cool soundtrack. It has a couple of game modes in here as well that you unlock as you're playing. Cool cars that you actually unlock and stuff like that with different specs and skins. But the environment and stuff like that is very reminiscent of the way you drive in Outrun, where you're kind of going through and the stages kind of change as you're driving in this retro-inspired racer. And that's what I really like about it, is that it reminds me of playing Outrun. So Neodori Infinity coming in at number 3. The next one here coming in at number 2 is Grid Legends, and I would say if you're looking for your pure racing game that really does feel like a full-out racing game fully from top to bottom, this is the one for you, because there is nothing else like this on the Quest with all the variety of tracks, cars, and everything that you would want in a racing game. This started off really rocky when it first came out with a really bad, you know, graphics and controls and stuff like that, but they have listened to the community and stuff like that, and it has gotten so much better now. The graphics are much better on the Quest 3. Online multiplayer, single-player modes, the controls are much better. It is now in a much better state than it was when it launched, and it is the only full-out racing game in my opinion on the Quest. Grid Legends at number 2. And the last one here coming in at number 1 has got to be Trackcraft. This is such a unique game. It's mixed reality where you're basically building tracks in your actual environment and then racing on them. But even if you don't want to build your own, there's over 104 pre-built tracks across 5 different worlds that each bring their own unique mechanics as you're playing them, but crafting your own worlds, downloading other ones from other people, you know, online multiplayer that you can have with other people as well is really super awesome, and nothing else like this. It is really cool just building your own tracks and downloading others and having infinite amounts of content, and all the ones that they pre-built into the game are also really awesome, and there's some really unique ideas with mixed reality in here as well, and you guys know I love mixed reality, so really unique game, tons of fun, really popular. Trackcraft comes in at number 1. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed my top 10 racing games on the MetaQuest 2, 3, and 3S. Obviously, there's not a lot of racing games out there, but there's still a ton of good variety of racing games, as this list probably showed you. And as always, guys, if you guys want to support me in the channel, the links will be down below for all of these games. If not, thank you guys for watching. Till next time.